Now we move on to the environment. We start with Frank McGehee. Governor Murphy and the Department of Environmental Protection issued an energy master plan in 2020 that pledges to achieve an 80% reduction in the state's greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. But they have never developed a roadmap with benchmarks that will help us get there and measure progress as it is achieved. What will you do in the legislature to push the administration to get more specific? You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Sean. Environmental and sustainability issues have been key tenets of my public service, having served as liaison for the Maplewood Green Team. Climate change is both a matter of public health and public safety. Governor Murphy just signed the environmental justice law, making sure that areas and communities that are most vulnerable because of their lack of resilience are prioritized. The events that transpired in Ivy Hill after Ida are concerning, and we need to ensure that any potential developments is thoughtful of the residents that it will impact. As your assembly person, I would work with the governor's administration and the Department of Environmental Protection on an initial update in January 2024 regarding the Energy Master Plan's 7 strategies, and then request quarterly updates. The Master Plan of 2020 highlighted 7 strategies: reducing energy consumption and emissions for transportation sector, accelerating development of renewable energy and distributed energy resources, maximizing energy efficiency and conservation, reducing energy consumption and emissions from the building sectors, decarbonizing and modernizing New Jersey's energy system, supporting community energy planning and action in underserved communities, and expanding clean energy innovation economy. I would seek more detail on efforts to encourage electric vehicle adoption by residents, where we are with New Jersey Transit purchasing of electric buses for their fleet with an emphasis on underserved communities. This dialogue will result in action to design legislation with legislative services to move forward the Energy Master Plan. Although the formal adoption of NJDEP regulations last month was a major victory for the environmental justice movement in New Jersey, there is still much more work to be done. In order to truly address environmental injustice in this state, we must ensure that the new regulations are utilized to achieve their fullest benefits, as well as continue to push for new policies, laws, and funding that prioritize health and well-being of overburdened people of color and low-income communities. Thank you.
Cleopatra Tucker, your 1-minute response, please.
A good environment and legislation is most effective, and the things that I could do, I will work with the community members and environment groups to identify specific benchmarks that we might seek in ensuring that New Jersey reaches its goal by 2050, protecting low-income communities, forming harmful pollutions and waste and to the climate change. Continue to advocate for clean energy and incentives. I can continue to ensure through the community with the residents of my newsletters, social media, and community meetings that the residents are aware of what abilities and things, and then the best paths to work to get these meetings done, and host community meetings, even to bring out officials in the district to discuss and provide resources to everyone of the residents.
Thank you. Garnett Hall, your 1-minute response, please. You're muted.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I fully support and defend Governor Murphy's Energy Master Plan. I support 80% reduction of greenhouse gases initiatives by 2050, but the roadmap must be realistic. Each of our communities in the 28th district and the state have different requirements to be the best meet the needs of the residents. I fully support Governor Murphy's Energy Master Plan. I pledge the 80% reduction in greenhouse initiative, but the roadmap must be realistic, and sometimes laws, rather than regulations, policies, and guidelines, can have unintended consequences. I believe the DEP, equipped with the knowledge and expertise to create a solid benchmark, and will be able to make the 80% reductions goal attainable. And I support giving the needed latitude to accomplish it.
Thank you. Our second question on the environment starts with Cleopatra Tucker. The Inflation Reduction Act and the bipartisan infrastructure bill offer billions of dollars in incentives and subsidies for the transition to clean energy. How do you see your role in making sure District 28 residents take full advantage of these opportunities? You have 2 minutes. Please unmute yourself.
I will make sure that the people that I represent in the 28th district is well informed on all the actions and the things that we're going to be doing, and any information that's needed will be provided. I will have an open door policies if they have any discussions. We'll also set up community meetings and group meetings to have people from the environmental organizations and committees to come out and discuss these issues with the community so they can be informed of what's going on and how it's going to play out. And I'm in full support of the governor's initiatives, and I will be making sure that all the information needed and all the services that we need to provide that will come to the 28th district.
Thank you. Garnett Hall, your 1 minute response, please.
The Bipartisan Infrastructure Act allocated funding over the next 5 years. New Jersey will receive $8.9 billion to repair crumbling bridges and roads while making them safer for pedestrians and cyclists. $154 million is allocated to reduce transportation-related emissions, and $104 million expand the state EV charging stations and networks. $356 million for infrastructure resilience to address climate change, and $44 million for clean buses, to name a few. It will also mean thousands of construction and renewable energy jobs. Most of the funds will be distributed by state, some by requested and others by grants. I commit fully to supporting all of the county and local applications for these funds.
Thank you. Frank McGehee, please unmute yourself for your 1 minute response.
Thank you, Sean. The Inflation Reduction Act, which consists of a combination of grants, rebates, incentives, and other investments, provides two opportunities for our district: tax credits for clean vehicles and grant funding to improve EPA programs. Of the 14 programs under the Inflation Reduction Act and electric vehicle programs prioritized by the NJ Department of Environmental Protection, there are three clean vehicle programs with an opportunity of approximately $9.9 billion in funding earmarked for local government and community-based nonprofits. As your assembly person, I would want our municipalities and residents to take advantage. I will collaborate with our mutual leaders and school administrations on grant writing and community outreach to our local municipalities, nonprofits, which are eligible. There are a handful of NJ transportation-related EPA programs that are also, I'm out of time, I'll yield. Thank you.
Thank you.